Can you believe it's been 6 years since Scouting for Girls took the world by storm? They've entertained us with songs such as She's So Lovely, Famous and Heartbeat. And now on July 19, they are releasing their greatest hits album. I'm really happy to say, joining me on the line now is lead singer Roy. Roy, how's it going?
It's going really well.
Can you believe it's been 6 years?
Do you know what? In some ways, yes, and in some ways, no. It's kind of like, a holiday.
Yeah.
Sometimes at the end of a holiday, it feels like you've been in this place for months.
Yeah.
But also it feels like you only landed 2 days ago.
Yeah.
The most amazing holiday ever, though. We've loved every minute.
You're really a great example of a band who just never gave up. What kept you going?
Do you know, I don't know. Because we got to a point, when you're 18, you're in a band.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool. And when you're 21, it's still kind of cool, but your mates are getting a bit tired of coming to see you. And then 25, most of them are getting, proper jobs and mortgages. And we got a record deal. We were 27 when we got a record deal, and which was quite late, especially these days.
Yeah.
And I just, we always believed that we could do it. We never thought we'd be like a pop band, but I just thought we could, become successful enough as a band to be able to do that for our job. I think we just got a combination of luck and timing and, some good songs. Just sort of the stars aligned and it all happened.
Is it also because, and taking from the line of one of your songs, everyone just wants to be on TV, everyone wants to be famous, but that's not what you guys wanted to do.
No, I couldn't think of anything worse than being famous. It's so pointless. It's such a pointless thing, trying to please people who you're never going to meet in your life. We just wanted to do what we loved as a living and write music that connected with us.
Greg, your bandmate, has described you as a guy who vomits songs. Where do they come from?
Charming.
How do they just keep coming out of you?
That's just what I do. I think it's just, some people fix cars and some people, paint walls. I sort of go to work each day and go to my studio and write a song. And I don't really think about it. I just sit down, play a few chords on the keyboard or on the piano and start humming a melody. It's like that simple. The hardest thing is writing great songs. I could write you a song in 10 minutes.
Yeah.
But with great songs, you've got to write 200 songs to get a really great song.
The thing is, it's, you write songs for Scouting for Girls and you go, okay, well, that's your band, I get it. But then you write successful songs for the likes of One Direction, Ollie Murs, Alexandra Burke. That's very different to what you're doing.
Yeah, I don't think it really is. I honestly think a great song is a great song.
Yeah.
I used to think, when I used to first start trying to write songs for other people, I was like, well, I need to write a song for so-and-so. How would they do it? At the end of the day, you just got to write a really good song. And, if you write a song that I'd be proud to put out, then I think other people would be proud to put it out as well. You'll find other people who do it.
And when you do write songs for other artists, like the likes of One Direction, do you get to work closely with them or do you literally write the song and just hand it over to their management?
Sometimes you'll write a song, sometimes you'll work with the guys. I've got sort of closer to them, as the years have gone by, because I remember meeting them after they'd done X Factor and spending a day in the studio with them then. And so there's a sort of relationship just through, you're just constantly turning up in their life every so often. They're going, oh, yeah, it's that guy from Scouting for Girls. But, they're really, everyone always asks, but they're just really lovely, talented, down-to-earth guys. They're a real pleasure to be. They're really fun and to be around and really hard-working.
Bringing it back to Scouting for Girls, what's made you release the greatest hits album now? I'm hoping this isn't the end of you guys.
No, I think we're going to take some time out after this. I don't know what... we really don't know what we're going to do after this. I think we're going to see how successful it is.
Yeah.
And then, the only reason... once you've done greatest hits, the only thing you can come back with is, I think, I don't want to come back with anything other than a selection of songs which are as strong as those greatest hits. So... that will take a couple of years. But as to release it, it just felt like the right time. We'd had this song Millionaire, and it felt like a song that could have been on the first record, and it felt really natural. And, there was a sort of a window of time where we hadn't got enough time to release a record, but wanted to do something. So the record label suggested this, and we were like, yeah, let's do it. Been quite emotional going through it. And
why is that?
All the things because it's kind of like a document of our life, really, of the last 7 or 8 years. It's our life's work in a 50-minute CD. And when you hear back these songs, it can remind you of a certain time. And for us, it reminds me of the first gig I did where people sung back, or the time we toured Japan, or the the Australian tour, and it's, and they were, for us, like the most incredible, exciting moments of our life, and it just completely blew our brains.
And has it made it even more special because on this journey you've been there with two of your oldest and probably best mates?
Yeah, it's made it, I sort of miss the days when bands used to form at school.
Yeah.
And, make music like that, and make music because they wanted to make music. And it's been, it's like, that to me is as much the magic of this band as, as the success we've had. The fact that we did it as mates, and we tried for 10 years to try and get a record deal. And then we did finally get a record deal, and then we finally got our music out there. That's the story of this band, and that's the thing I'm most proud of.
Roy, will you be touring with this album, or is this it for a little while?
I think we might do something in November. I'd love to come over.
We'd love to have you over.
Yeah, we've had some amazing gigs over in Dublin. We've done the Olympia a couple of times. It was honestly one of my favourite gigs in the world. So I think we're going to do some stuff in November before, and then probably have a year or so off, and all try and do something non-scouting related before realising that what we really love doing is stuff scouting related.
Roy from Scouting for Girls, thank you so much for joining us. The Greatest Hits album is out on the 19th of July.